This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new ZDX. Only $459 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take $10,000 off a 2025 MDX at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
The Sultan's choice for excitement, and a caravan of savings awaits at Toyota of Hollywood. Your wish for savings has been granted with discounts of up to $4,500. Take a magic carpet ride in a Toyota Corolla, not $24,000, $19,988. Step into our Grand Bazaar where you'll find epic savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go!
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink. Be the maestro of your own home.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store, Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Save today with our 3 ways to save. 0% financing, 0 down payment, or make no payments for 90 days from Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt & Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt & Rayom can help.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new ADX. Only $299 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
Welcome aboard. Time to rock and roll from beautiful Hialeah Park. We are here in the second floor poker room. That's what she said. And having some fun here at Hialeah Park. As always, come on by, say hi. We'll be out here for a little while talking some sports, little Bitcoin. You know, I thought it was going to 70. What was it? What that clown was 70? Where I think was I solo that day that I was blocking some idiot because there was. It was in the post game, right? We had some guy that was fudding the whole thing out, and he was posting. Oh, it's going down to 70, and then I think he even mentioned 50. Might have been. I don't know. I'm not sure, but either way, we're at 92. It's up over 8.5% today. So, yeah, it is what it is. I hope you bought the dips. Because if you bought the dips, you are, you're loving life right now. That's all I can say. So anyway, what can I tell you? Let's see. Big O, what do you think about Jason Garrett again? Could he be a head coach? No. Yeah, I'm good with Jason Garrett. No Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett's not going to get me excited. What's it called? What's the big-headed dude that was in Dallas and Green Bay? Mike McCarthy's not going to get me excited. I will laugh in your face for John Gruden. What else? Like a Joe Brady will get me excited. That's like one name that will get me excited. Doesn't mean we're going to do anything with it. Okay, because I don't know if he can build a staff. I don't know who his GM is. I don't know if they can draft. I don't know if they can develop. But there's a lot of things you learn over time. So there's a lot of answers. Just because you have the head coach, if you have him, we'll see. So yeah, but no, Jason Garrett would do nothing for me whatsoever. So it is what it is. But anyway, welcome aboard. We'll have a little fun today. We'll talk about all kinds of things, actually. Had a nice conversation today with Sophie Harding, footballer with the Fort Lauderdale United. It'll be up on the platform tonight, sometime tomorrow, whatever. I don't know. It'll be up, so check that out also. They couldn't join us in the time of the live show, so we had to do a pre-recorded. So just in case, for those of you out there, we always have fun in those, and she's Australian, and we talk music, we talk movies. One of her favorite movies will throw you completely off, considering how young she is. So just a bunch of stuff that we got into, and it was fun with Sophie. So if you want to check that out, just as always, hit the notification bell on the on the board here, so that way whenever we go live, something gets posted, a rant that gets posted by Sean, an interview, anything that gets posted, you'll find out. Yeah, it's terrible. It is terrible, dude. Anyway, so we'll have a little fun, and we got a victory cigar. We got to have a victory cigar for the Miami Heat last night. They put up 140 like it's going out of style, like it's nothing. So give the Miami Heat a victory cigar. 140 to 123, dude. They're 14-7. They're 10-2 at home. What was the amazing part about the game yesterday? 140 points. 117 of them were from the starters. They played 8 total players from the bench. Now, 3 of them came in for 1 minute, so I'm not going to so they played 5 other guys besides the starters. And in those 5 other guys, they got 23 points. The starters combined for 117 points. I mean, everybody was red hot from 3-point range. And Powell was just unloading his revenge. Bam went 5 of 8 from 3-point range. Mitchell went 4 of 4 from three-point range. Dude, Mitchell has been, wow, his assist to turnover ratio is absolutely phenomenal, man. Absolutely. He is efficient. That's the thing, that they're a young team that also plays with efficiency. And that's rare. That is rare, dude. It really is. I can't wait for the season to continue, and then it'll get a little harder and a little harder as we're getting down the stretch, as people are really fighting for positions. And then we're going to find out about some of the better teams with some of the stars. You know, like you just got a little test with Detroit and all that kind of stuff. More of those kind of tests from the West and the East for the Heat in the next part of the, the rest of the year. And we're going to find out if people catch up to them, if they run out of gas, if they come back to a little, maybe this is reality and maybe it's not reality. We don't know. None of this we know, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now, again, I said it yesterday, the Clippers are absolute trash. So I know that they weren't playing anything special, and they treated them like what they are, trash. And they blew them out the court. I don't care about the comeback they made a little bit, because that's just human nature. You're up by so many. The game, there's going to be a little bit of a lull always like that. You're just not going to extend the 34-point lead and make it like 50, 60. It happens. It can happen. But, that regression there is absolutely normal. But that was fun last night. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right. Hey, Alarmo. What do we got here? Let's see. Jaybird in the house. Thank you, sir. Give him that victory cigar. Thank you. Thank you. NorCal in. I see Think Blue Dodgers is smashing it. Jeff in Long Island. Dolphin Dave. Juan Rosa. Hola, compadres. Let's see. Forces of Randomness. Luis Medina. Let's see. Oh, hear me out. I'm smoking 3 times more this season and still down 110 pounds. Look at that. Look at that. He's enjoying his ether and not gaining any munchies. I like it. It's called willpower. What else do we have? Rojas is smashing it. Magnus, thank you, sir. Robert says, let's go crypto. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It's beautiful, isn't it? That happens. And let me might as well, R&M Contractors does a great job of sponsoring our crypto segments, and might as well talk a little bit about it and get this out of the way for our crypto guys out there, because there's so much good shit. And this is why you can't really go by technical analysis all the time. You've got to go by what is really happening in the world. And today, right now, Bitcoin is up almost 8.5%. It's over $92,000. Okay, so it has come from, mid 84,000. So it is absolutely climbing big time. Okay, so Vanguard, who has been, we have talked about this for several years. They've been buying Bitcoin. They own like $9 billion, but they've never allowed their customers. Wow. So now they're allowing their customers. So BlackRock, today, their ETF in the first 2 hours, $1.8 billion of volume in the first 2 hours. Polymarket has got Kevin Drugsbid Hassett as the next Fed chair. 80% right now, Polymarket says. So, and Kevin Hassett is a total Trump puppet, and he's going to cut more rates, and they're going to print and print and print and print, right? Bank of America now is recommending their clients to put up
up to 4% of their portfolio into Bitcoin and crypto. You know, you're talking usually 1 or 2%. This is Bank of America. Bank of America has 15,000 wealth advisors. So what do you think they're going to be advising? Why do you think Bitcoin's going up? Because they can buy it now. The Federal Reserve, 36 hours ago, pumped in $13.5 billion into the U.S. banking system. And more to come, because last night at midnight, or 2 nights ago at midnight, they stopped quantitative tightening, and now they're going with quantitative easing, QE, which means they're starting the printer. And Bitcoin's immediately all starting to go. This is going to run. Okay? We're going to run now to the next level, and the next high is coming sometime in January, probably late December, sometime in January. We'll pass the 127. Let's see what else. Oh, by the way, the $13.5 billion that they just injected into the banking system, it's the second largest liquidity injection since COVID. So it tells you how bad it is. And the UK now, who has been completely against it, because the EU is a real pain in the ass here, but the UK now is officially recognizing Bitcoin and crypto as property under law. I can't help you if you can't see it. I can't help you if you don't see that businesses are starting to accept Bitcoin. You can pay your mortgage with Bitcoin. You can buy homes now with Bitcoin. Banks will start taking now Bitcoin. You know, it's up to you. And only one money grows, and all the other currencies die. Not financial advice, never has been financial advice. But again, for those of you, you know. And we thank R&M Contractors, of course, Ray and Mike, 305-345-3649. Complete remodel, kitchen upgrades, maintenance, floor restoration, impact windows, door installations. They do all of that since we are in a hurricane zone here in Florida. So call them. Dade Broward, even condos, by the way, waterproofing your terrace, your balcony, flood test report. Ray and Mike can do that for you. 305-345-3649. All right. Let's see. Do me a favor, Sean Stanley. Give me, please, just a short one, 30 seconds.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
All right. Appreciate all of you out there. Thank you. All right. Don't forget, you can make a donation to the show. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation. I have a tweet I put out yesterday. You put up Subaru Pembroke Pines. There's this person. It's a video, and it shows a person in a Subaru, and they were changing lanes in a snow like situation. So this could happen to anybody. All of a sudden, the car hydroplanes. So you hit an ice patch or something, and it hydroplanes off the road, and it goes into the snow banks, and then it comes back out again, and it joins right on the road, and it continues cruising. And I'm like, it's like the suspension of that some bitch kept it all, in check for you without, and I'm like, or those Subarus are like tanks, dude. They are like tanks. Go to my Twitter page. You'll check it out, man. That was impressive, man. That was impressive. What else do we have here? Robert's loving the crypto. Dolphin Mark Norcal is in. He loves Rivian, baby. What else do we have? Sharon, let's see. Jeff says Brian Dable. Tua's done, bro. So don't worry about that. You're not bringing anybody here for Tua. Tua either will be cut or they'll deal with him for one more year, but there's no future for Tua here. They'll move on from him. What else do we have? Horn Dog is in. Jeremy says, Big O, the problem is Stephen Ross will control anyone he will get in people's way. Well, Matt Verderan yesterday put out a tweet that the Patriots may have the best head coach quarterback combo in the division over Buffalo, over the Jets, and over the Dolphins. And I retweeted to him that you forgot owner. So the Patriots have the best owner in the division. They have the best coach in the division. And they may not have the best quarterback because Josh Allen has more accolades at the moment, but Drake May is playing better right now. So they do have 2 out of the 3 for sure. I'll go, they do have the best combination. And so that's what you're fighting if you're a Dolphins fan. We have a word in Spanish called insoportable. This is the state I'm in with my cold. Oh, man. It is just a pain in the ass when you got to talk. Anyway, so they have the best owner, they have the best coach, and they have the best quarterback combination in the division. So that's what you're up against if you're a Dolphins fan. Your owner will, he and Woody Johnson are the worst in the division. I don't know who's worse. You can just go ahead and knock yourselves out. Pick whoever you want, but they're both clowns. So we've got a clown for an owner. The Jets have a clown for an owner. At least the Bills owners are serious. They've done a good job overall. And then obviously, I mean, think about Robert Kraft. He got off the gravy train with Belichick when it was over. And he had to deal with Brady leaving and everything and dealing with the ego because he wanted to keep Brady. But obviously, Belichick and the whole bullshit, whatever. So he deals with Belichick because he has to because of all the championships and gives him the opportunity. When he sees that he doesn't have it, he's gone. Then they leave Mayo there, who, has kind of paid his dues as a player and a coach and all that stuff. But they give him 1 year and they find out, yeah, you're not the guy either. And they don't waste any time. Unlike this organization that they keep the Joe Philbins and the Mike McDaniels around way past their stay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what bad organizations do. And there's a difference. And this guy Kraft was like, no, dude. You're out of here, mayonnaise. And he went and got Vrabel. And the rest is history, dude. And the Patriots are back to being the best team now in the division. I was wrong. I said they were going to be second best in this division. I thought automatically Buffalo would win the division, but I was guaranteeing you that the Patriots were number 2. I knew they would be better than I told you the Dolphins wouldn't have a good year. So it is what it is. But so this is what you're up against as a Miami Dolphins fan. You're up against the best owner, the best coach, and quarterback combination. And Miami doesn't have them in any one of those areas. Not even close. Especially if you watch the TUA we're watching now. That I don't even know who that guy is. The guy I keep watching, like, you know, I give him the benefit of the doubt for a little while, and, you know, but it's just, it is what it is. You can't do anything about it. Whatever happened to him, whatever it is, leaving Hicks, getting married and having kids, the hip injury, whatever, or the combination of all, 250 million in the bank or 200 million, whatever the hell it is that he's going to get, whatever it is, it ain't the dude that I used to see before. So, you know, somebody put out a video of Tua the first couple of years, and you see like the player throwing and all, and it's like completely different. Big E's the one that did it.
He put out a thing where he just said, "Where did this Tua go?"
Right, that's the one.
Something he worded,
and
in
it was
that
darts
frame.
all over the place, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, dude, like, yeah, he doesn't look anything like that, like whatever, you know. So it is what it is. So this is what you're up against. You're up against the best owner, coach, and quarterback. We're nowhere near that, bro. First, we need the owner. First, we need the owner before we could get anything else. That's why you have a Vinny Viola who figures it out and gets Bill Zito, and the rest is history. And this is Mickey Arison takes over, and he goes and he gets Pat Riley, and the rest is history. And Joe Robbie buys the team, and he makes a deal for Shula, and the rest is history. You know, owners know what the hell they're doing, and they find a way to get it done. The Moss brothers, they started with Higuain and all these other guys, and it was a disaster and all that, and they threw money there, and then okay, this ain't working. And meanwhile, they were still working the Messi angle the whole time. And they go and get the Messi angle, and we'll see if it pays off. Looks like it's going to pay off. Find a way. The great owners find a way to get it done. And that's why Stephen Ross is a horrible owner. He's had the team for 15 years. And all the other teams in town, outside of the Marlins, because they don't spend any money, but all the other teams that actually spend money and have direction, they're all headed in the right direction. They've all either had success, won a championship. We're on a brink of watching the Heat, Inter Miami, and the Panthers all win titles while Stephen Ross is an owner. Because on Saturday, if the Moss brothers complete the whole deal, they will be. We can never count the Marlins anymore. They don't spend money. They're completely out of the equation. But the other three teams in town that have owners that will spend money just like Stephen Ross, that have every resource available to you, where are the results? You can't, dude, it's so bad for the Dolphins that we have lowered the bar that we just need to win a playoff game. That's what we're up against. And that's not what they're doing in New England. And certainly that's not what they want in Buffalo. Those teams are trying to win a Super Bowl. They're not trying to win a playoff game. Drake May now is going to have a bye week. You know, this is where this is a shit franchise by a shit owner. And this is why you have these kind of results, because you don't have a Moss owning it. You don't have a Viola owning it, right? Unfortunately, and you don't have an Arison owning it. So Those owners know exactly what you have to do in order to win. Bruce Sherman doesn't have any money. He's a broke-ass owner. So he doesn't count. But Stephen Ross fits with the other guys. And stop thinking, that's why don't worry about just Tua or don't worry about just, Jason Garrett or what. Man, this organization is so far away because you have to start with the foundational pieces first. And if you don't have the right owner, so we'll see. I guess we're just going to hope for some dumb luck somewhere. That's all we can do. By the way, all year cooling and plumbing. We love talking about Tommy and it's like a family and it's amazing. Over 350,000 satisfied customers. They are number one when it comes to Florida. Florida's number one AC and plumbing service. They've been at this since 1973. They started back in 70. They've been at this for 52 years. They started back in 1973. Now we got it right. Family owned and operated, and anywhere from Homestead all the way to Vero Beach. And by the way, new offices in Naples, and I know we've got a lot of listeners on the West Coast. Extended warranty, financing available, same-day installations, free repair estimates, 7-day-a-week services. Give them a ring, 888-204-5554, allyearcooling.com. All right. Anyway, it just kind of sucks that the position that we're all in. Let's go. Bitcoin, Big O, you look super thin in your Bitcoin orange. Well, I'm not super thin, but I am thinner than I was. So that's the good thing. I haven't really gained the weight. Also good is I had like this some like soreness in the back of my right knee coming back from Madrid. And now it's kind of gone now, a week later, a week and a half, whatever I've been back. Because I think it was walking those hills, and dude, those hills. And then now it's kind of like subsided, overall. But when you're not in shape and you walk that much when you normally don't, and then you're walking uphill that much, oh my God, that does a number to your old ass, dude. What else do we have? Luke TD is in. Thank you, sir. Don't forget, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation as always. And we appreciate that. What else do we have? Ocala Joe says, your outfit today looks like you're a Tennessee Volunteers fan. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm orange pilled in another way is what it is. So I figured I'd, in light of the Bitcoin run today, I'd wear a orange shirt in its honor. And then I might as well go all the way and throw in the hat. By the way, Steve Calabro today is in jury duty. He was about to go into court. So to find out if he's going to get picked or not and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see. Hopefully, cross your fingers and hope he doesn't get picked. The wise guy went 3-0. So good stuff. What was the picks? Let's see. It was Pats minus 7.5 against the Giants. Boy, those Giants they're so exciting. And, Jackson Dart, he really understands football. The Niners minus 5 against the Browns. Yeah, that was a cakewalk. And the Bills minus 4 against Pittsburgh. So 3-0. 3-0 for the wise guy. Bounced back strong, baby. Strong. Love it. What else? Big O, besides the BS that went on with F. Jimmy Butler comparing him with Powell, who do you think is better scoring-wise? Which player makes an impact to the team? It's completely two different players. Butler is a 2-point player that is a hard-nosed defender, but he doesn't play every game. Whereas Powell plays hard every game, and he's a great scorer, much better outside shooter than Jimmy Butler ever will be, much better three-point shooter than Jimmy Butler could ever be in his dreams. But he's not as good a defender as Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler can be a great defender. But at this point in time, this is the better player for the system that you're running. They tried, remember last year, he wanted to, remember I pointed out right away that, bro, Spo's talking about running and getting out there, and regardless of what Jimmy did not fit that. Jimmy knows that. And so for this system and what they want to run, Jimmy doesn't fit this, dude. His old ass can't be running like this. They'll pace his ass right out of there in 20 games. He'll be done. So this is, it's two different players, two different situations. We're not relying on just one guy. Bam had 27 points yesterday. Wiggins had 22. You know, it's just Mitchell had 16. Tyler had 22. It's just, you know, it's not about one guy here, and then everybody revolves around that one guy. That's not how it is now. Let's see what else. Brett Dodger in. I am the Orange Man. What else? Dizzy. Tua was never the guy. You just can't see it. That's fine. Whatever, bro. I'm good with that. If that's the way you want to think, I don't really give a shit about changing your mind, my brother. So doesn't matter what you think. Adolfo says, I've been a fan since Sperano and only see one QB, and that is Tua. It's hard for me not to support the kid. To me, it's a trust issue. Team does not trust him, and he does not trust the team. Yeah, there might be all kinds of things involved. Whatever it is, move on, because it's just not working. So it doesn't matter anymore at this point. It doesn't really matter anyways. You know what I mean? It's not like the next quarterback's going to solve the problem, or the next one, or any stupidity like that. So I'm not worried about it. It's whatever. We're going to be headed to whatever, another quarterback. And I've seen this already many, many times over the years, when a team doesn't know what the hell they're doing, and it is what it is. So what are you going to do? You know? Again, I'm sorry, Sean, 30 seconds, please.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go!
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink, be the maestro of your own home.
You know, speaking of Slomans, by the way, we have ShieldLink, which when you do call 1-800-ALARM-ME, they are in 49 of 50 states. Please mention our show when you get ShieldLink. Tell them that the Big O Show sent you. Okay, even if the operator goes, "Huh, what?" They may not know. Make sure you tell them Big O Show. They'll write it down, and we'll get. We don't get anything out of it, but at least they know that they heard it here on the show, which is very important. All right, make sure you mention that when you call 1-800-ALARM-ME. All right. What else do we have? Stephen Ross spends money. He just doesn't spend it the right way. Yes, I mean, that's what bad ownership does, my brother. When you have a bad owner, this is what ends up happening. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443, custom printing and embroidery. Miami last night, the Heat over the Clippers, 140. They score 140 like it's nothing nowadays. They are the Doug Moe of the modern day NBA. Only old people will get that one. 140 to 123 over the Clippers. They improved to 14-7, 10-2 at home. They will, by the way, Bam, 27 points, 14 rebounds, and 2 blocks. He shot 5 of 8 from three-point range. Really good game for Bam yesterday. Powell had 30 points, 6 of 10 from three-point range. Wiggins, 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Tyler had 22 points and a block. And Davion Mitchell, 16 points, 4 of 4 from three-point range, 12 assists, and 2 steals, man. Absolutely amazing. Tomorrow, they're in Dallas to take on those shitty Mavericks who are 7-15, although the Mavericks beat Denver last night. 131 and 121 on the road in Denver. It's crazy. Anyway, tonight, Panthers are back in action. They will host Toronto at the Amerant Bank Arena. Saturday at 2:30, MLS Cup Final. Inter Miami taking on Vancouver. Fort Lauderdale United, they are off till December 13th. That's next week. They're at Sporting Club Jacksonville. You can catch the game on Peacock and on Channel 10. And by the way, you can also get tickets online at ftlutd.com. So you can join us for the next home game. We'll be broadcasting out there. I think it's the 20th of this month, I believe, is the next home game that will be there. NFL last night, the Patriots improved to 11-2. The Giants dropped to 2-11. They defeat New York 33-15. Vrabel and the boys are absolutely rolling, and Jackson Dart is an absolute moron. Dolphins, by the way, are a 2.5-point favorite on the road to take on the Jets. The over and under is 41 points. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Oh, man. By the way, did you see Chick-fil-A, what they're doing? Some of you out there that watch the show and you live in other parts of the country, you bastards are going to win, okay? And you're going to win big, okay? You people are lucky. When you hear this, Sean, this is a test that they're running in a couple of places. It's the Chick-fil-A waffle sandwich. So you're going to switch the bread for waffles? Oh, I'm in. I'm in like Flynn. Oh, my God. Anyway, a company spokesman confirmed to USA Today that select restaurants in Baltimore, any of you live in Baltimore, will test chicken and waffles breakfast sandwich and chicken and waffles sandwiches, while some in San Antonio will test the chicken and waffle breakfast sandwich. The testing period runs from December 1st through January 24th. Please buy them all up so we can all get them next. Now, it says that it's described as the chicken and waffle sandwich, crispy chicken stacked between 2 warm maple waffles, all with a touch of smoked bacon. The image shared with the Post states it will be available with both original and spicy chicken. The breakfast versions appear to be slightly smaller in the image and will be available until 10:30 a.m. So I can get them breakfast, and then I can get them also in lunch if I want to. And you bastards that live in Baltimore and San Antonio, you lucky some bitches. Telling you, man. I want to fly to San Antonio now. just to try that, bro. Oh my God, my chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. Like that's my favorite chicken sandwich. That's my definitely favorite chicken biscuit. Now you're gonna throw some waffles in there? That's big timing right there. That is big timing. Okay. Oh, what do we have here? Might need a security behind a chicken waffle sandwich. KFC did chicken and waffles. Yeah, but that's Yeah, come on. KFC. I worked at KFC. They're no Chick-fil-A, bro. I'm not sorry. Sorry. They're not even my KFC from like years ago in the original crispy. Which, that was actually pretty damn good back in the day. But there's just some other chicken places. I'd rather have Popeyes than KFC. How about you? You go more KFC, really?
I go more KFC, but I don't do a lot of chicken. I can't stand chicken.
Oh, okay. So wait a minute. What are you eating at KFC?
I get the bowl, or we get the family meal, and then I'll have the leg and thigh or something. But yeah, no, not a big.
As for chicken, I'd rather get Popeyes than KFC at this point. I actually enjoyed Church's Chicken back in the day. In the early days of Church's Chicken, I enjoyed Church's. Now, you know which one I used to rock all the time that was my favorite? Bojangles. Back in the day. Ooh, I love Bojangles. Oh, man. Get a fat person talking about food, and we get excited, baby. We get excited. Hey, Sean, when I was young, I knew that if I wrapped a blanket around my neck and stood up on the roof and jumped, I wasn't going to fly. So I never really tried it. But there were kids that, I don't know what kind of education they have or common sense or whatever, but somehow, some of them think that they're going to fly and break legs and all kinds of stuff. So a Brazilian young man who's 19 decided that he'd crawl into a lion's den. Now, Sean, I want to remind you, I want to educate you, I want to tell you, never crawl into a lion's den. They're not nice. No. You could get hurt. Okay? So, it goes without saying, the teen was mauled to death. And no, they're not euthanizing the tiger. They shouldn't. It's not the tiger's fault you're stupid. Tiger has no problem. He's living his life nice and calm. He's hanging out every day. They throw him meat. He doesn't even have to fight for his food. He doesn't have to be out in the wild and worried about somebody hunting him down or none of that. None of that. But just want you to know, it's not a good thing to climb into a lion's den. These are moments where I have zero sympathy. Okay? Unless you're telling me the kid is mentally unstable, which they didn't say that. It just said that he was just a dumb young man. They didn't say the dumb part. I'm just going to throw that in there. And this happens all the time. There are people out in out in Nebraska or North Dakota or whatever, and there's like some bison out there, and they want to get really close to take a picture. You've seen those, right? And then the bison charges them and gouges them and lifts them up like 20 feet in the air, and they're flipping, and I'm like laughing my ass off. Like, what did you expect to happen, moron? Like, what would make you want to approach a bison? Why would you want to climb into a lion's den? Like, what is wrong with people? Let me just climb into a lion's den and hang out. They'll be nice. I'll take a selfie. It'll get lots of views and lots of likes, and people will be freaking out. That's what he was doing. He was probably hoping to get a really close selfie, and then that's it. He'd be a star. Dolphin Dave says KFC is the best. I mean,
I was saying the Publix. I like their
their
breaded hot wings. I love the spicy wings. I eat those up.
I got to tell you, their regular barbecue chicken is also not bad either. I got to go with Publix. I'm with you on the Publix, dude. I'd rather have Publix than KFC. KFC is it's just not that. It's just not that anymore, dude. I'm sorry, it's just not. And there's several other places that I'd rather have chicken from than KFC. And you're right. When I've gone to KFC, I'm not getting chicken. It's strips. It's apple. Those apple things that they have now. I've pulled into KFC just for those apple bites, whatever they call them. For a short time, they made them just cherry, bastards. And then they changed them back and they made apple because that's the way it should be. That's how the world revolves. Should be apple, not cherry. So there you go. So don't climb into lions' dens. All right. This is a tip from me. I'm not a lion expert. My last name is not Irwin. Okay. Sorry. I don't work with Siegfried or Royd. All right. So I'm just telling you, as a person that is a non-expert in anything in life, finances, sports, love, music, whatever, nothing. I don't know anything. But I think you should stay away from a lion's den. Just stay and take the pictures. Don't worry about the rest. Have you seen those pictures of the kids just there at the lion's den outside, like in the glass? And then they're like slowly sneaking up, and then all of a sudden they run right into the glass. And then I've seen a couple of those glasses like crack. I'm like, oh shit. That might be leading you to that's their nature. It's not their fault. It's who they are. Stay away. That's all I'm saying. True Fin Fan says KFC back in the day was the best. Today, yuck. Exactly. You tried the original recipe 30 years ago, and now it's not the same, dude. Kind of like velvet cream donuts, not the same. Kind of like Krispy Kreme donuts, not the same. They have screwed with the formula, and it's not the same. Whatever they cut corners in or whatever, especially, I got to tell you, Krispy Kreme, you're not fooling me, dude. You're not fooling me. Your donuts don't taste anything like they used to at all. So what can I tell you? When it comes to food, I'm an expert there. Fat people are experts in food. Okay, everything else, I don't know, but food, oh, yes. I'd rather go to Publix on Sundays after a Dolphin game. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. After a Dolphin game, celebrate. Lewis says KFC too salty. Would you like to see our owner do this offseason to make you believe? Nothing's going to make me believe, my brother. There's nothing he's going to do to make me believe because he can't do anything. You know what I mean? We'll see what they do and we'll see how we feel as it goes, but I'm not going to set myself up for anything whatsoever with these guys anymore. I'm just going to expect the worst every single time. That way I'm prepared for it, and I have there's no reason for any of us to have any kind of enthusiasm for the Dolphins until they actually do something. Now, naming somebody won't do anything for me. Dude, we thought it was going to be with Jimmy, with Parcells, with Saban. Those are big-ass names. Those were like names that you thought, okay, these guys will turn our franchise around. They all came here to fail. That's crazy. So yeah, I can't get excited for anything. I'm gonna get excited when they start winning like real games, when they start winning playoff games. Then I'll start getting excited. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that of getting excited for this draft pick or getting excited for the start of training camp or yeah, I'm sorry. That they've taken it out of me. It happened last year. If you haven't noticed, I didn't go to training camp last year. I told you when I saw the roster and I saw what they were doing, I was like, wow, this is going to be a terrible year. I'm not wasting my time. I'm not going to training camp. But I told you guys before last year, I told you I'm not going back to training camp until they're actually like a real team. And when I'm talking about a real team I'm talking about a real team that's winning playoff games, not a game, playoff games, like multiple seasons, multiple trips into the playoffs, some deep, that then I can start to feel good about the team. But I'm just not going to work myself up anymore to get torn down. And it's just not worth it, bro. They're not worth it. They're not, they F with your emotions way too much. So why? I'll get excited about the Panthers and the Heat and Inter Miami, owners that actually know what they're doing and they can build on the stuff that they do. I'm not gonna get excited about these guys. I can't. I'm not doing it anymore myself. I can't. Ray says it's hilarious how some local Finns beat writers pushing the hopium with the unrealistic stories. If 7 teams lose, 2 are in, and yeah, well, they have to sell papers. They have no choice. They can't be like me. They can't be honest about how bad the situation is and what they are, and they're not going to the playoffs. I told you they weren't going to the playoffs in the offseason. They don't have the balls to do that kind of stuff. Even if they feel it, they have to play a game. And they have to play that game with you guys. That's just kind of the way it goes. And so it's up to you guys if you want to follow and, fall for the bullshit that you're actually in the hunt or whatever when, come on, dude, there's no chance you're making it. Once you start the way you start, the season's over. That's it. You're not the Oilers and Warren Moon and I'm sorry that happens, but it happens once in a blue moon that it happens. And for those of you that I think it was they started 0-5 and then went 11-1 or something like that, or 1-5 and went 11-0 or something. I forgot what it was, but they started and put themselves in a position that nobody thought, and then the Oilers just completely ran the table. Now, again, go back and look at it. It's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. The offense is one of the great offenses of all time because it could score a lot of points. They weren't a great defense, but they had enough that they could scare you. And when you have Warren Moon playing and dealing, you got a shot at anything, dude. You know what I'm saying? And he had 4 receivers. Webster Slaughter. God. Let me see if I can remember the receivers. It's like an Irving or Irwin or the guy that did the shake. God. Man, it was so long ago. What? Drew Hill? Okay. Oh, because you're looking up the Houston the run and shoot offense, yeah. Curtis Duncan, Tony Jones, Ernest Givens, and Hayward Jeffries. It wasn't the guy I said first. Hayward Jeffries. That's it. He had gone to Cleveland at that point. The guy that I mentioned now, I forgot who it was. But yes, correct. Yes. Boy, Warren Moon could sling it, dude. He could sling it. Was it June Jones or Mouse Davis, the offensive coordinator? No, I think that was Mouse Davis's offense, right? He came from Detroit and joined them there in Houston. It was either Mouse or June Jones. One of the two running that run and shoot, if I remember correctly. Oh, let's see. All right, what else do we have? Who? Kevin Gilbride? Really? Wow, okay. No, I could be wrong. That's fine. Okay. 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 Yeah. Jack Pardee is also a classic coach, dude. Definitely. Okay. Yeah, definitely. All right. Pretty cool. What else? Do we have to talk about on the show? Speaking of apples, did you ever bring back a Horton's apple fritter for Sean all the way from Europe? I got your back, Sean. How about them apples? No, I did not. But you know what? I'm sure it wasn't as good as the one he ate when he was up there enjoying those fritters, because my donuts weren't as good either, because I told you they don't use as much sugar there as they normally do at Hortons, which you got to have. You got to pile on the sugar, bro. Sorry. I know it's not even good for you, but it tastes so good, you know? Though we all know the Heat aren't contenders, us fans give them the benefit of the doubt because they are a proven winner. They have made questionable decisions, but the people in place can be trusted. Yeah, we have no choice. Yeah, and this is a different way that they went about it. We'll see if it pays off. We'll see if they can handle teams that have multiple stars, not like what we saw last night. That was a retirement home. Chris Paul, what's it called? The beard, James Harden, he's like 36. Kawhi Leonard, he's like put together with like Scotch tape, and he's in his mid-30s also at this point. There was like a bunch of old guys on that team, and it's like, yeah, bro, the Heat just ran their asses off the court. So once they go up against real teams that have some stars, that's the kind of stuff that we're going to get to see over and over again. And then it's all about the trading deadline too. Is it worth it? What kind of moves can you make that can really elevate the team? And what are you going to lose in the process? What do you got to give away? So I don't know. We'll find out when we cross that bridge, if we cross that bridge. You know. What else do we have that I wanted to talk about? Oh, by the way, did you see the Trumpers started a bank account fund for kids? So Michael Dell donates $6.25 billion, and 25 million kids will have the Trump account. So they each get $250. I wonder what Michael Dell is getting for that. Because you know he's getting something somewhere, bro. He ain't dropping $6.2 billion just like that. He's getting some break somewhere on something. You know, yeah, kindness of his heart. It tells you how bad it is. It's a nice PR play until you do the math. $250 doesn't, bro. What is that? That's just a small portion you need for an iPhone. Or you can get a bad Android. No, you can't get a bad iPhone for $250. You can't get an iPhone. You can't get anything for $250. You can get an Android, but you're not.
I go to the flea market right now and get an unlocked iPhone.
But you're not gonna. Yeah, but that's again. Yeah, but yeah. But what I'm saying is, you can't get like the Beritic, really nice Androids even for $250. No, that's what I'm saying. So it's a nice PR play, but you know, $250. Oh, man. And if you put it in a bank account, right, they're going to be charging them monthly service to hold that $250, which they'll run out of that $250. They're gonna pull the 250, close the account, and use the 250 on some shoes, something, and that's it. Yeah, you made it's like okay, yeah, you're not saving us from the hole that we're in, dude. It is what it is. But hey, suckers will buy anything. It is. What are you gonna do? Anyway, let me do a little music before I talk a little TUA, because there's good news on the TUA front for you guys. Really good news for you guys on the TUA front. Let's talk about musicians born on this date, December 2nd. My daughter's born on this date, by the way. She's 26 today. Not a musician, but she is a teacher. Let's see. We go with Britney Spears, born in 1981 on this date. Nelly Furtado, born in 1978 on this date. Chris Wolstenholme, bassist with Muse, born in 78. Rick Savage from Def Leppard, bass guitarist and founding member, born in 1960. Ted Bluchel from the pop band The Association, born in 1942. Little windy. Tom McGinnis, guitarist and vocalist with Manfred Mann, born in 1941. That is musicians born on this date. Let's go with other famous people. Remember, if I don't give you an age, that means they are no longer with us here. Circus co-founder Charles Ringling Brothers, 1863. U.S. Secretary of State Alexander Haig Jr., born in 1924 on this date. Senator Harry Reid, born in 1939. Actress Kathy Lee Crosby, born in 44. She is 81 today. Fashion designer Gianni Versace, born in 46. Broadcaster, journalist Stone Phillips, born in 54. He's 71. Actor Stephen Bauer, born in 56. He's 69. Actress Lucy Liu, born in 68. She's 57. Musician Nate Mendel with the Foo Fighters, born in 68. He's 57. Treach from Naughty by Nature, born in 70. He's 55. Tennis Hall of Famer Monica Seles, born in 73. She's 52. Aaron Rodgers, born in 83. He's 42 today. And that is it for famous people. Sean Stanley, do you have musicians born on this date?
I don't have musicians, but I do have wrestlers.
I'm sorry, wrestlers.
Hakushi, it turns 59 today. Mario Bokara is 45. And Simon Inoki turns 52 on December 2nd, 2025.
All right. We move over to music history. What happened today in music history? In 1967, the Monkees album Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones Limited went to number 1 on the U.S. album charts. It was their 4th album to sell over 1 million copies, following the Monkees, More of the Monkees, and Headquarters. In 72, the Temptations, Papa Was a Rolling Stone, hit number 1 in the U.S. with a running time of 6 minutes and 58 seconds. It was one of the longest chart-topping singles. In 79, Neil Diamond and Barbra Streisand, You Don't Bring Me Flowers, was number 1 on the U.S. singles charts. A radio station engineer had spliced together Neil's version with Barbara's version and got such a good response that the station added it to their playlist. When Neil was told about it, he decided to re-record the song with Barbara herself, and within weeks of its release, the single went to number 1 in the U.S. and number 5 in the U.K. Phenomenal song. In 83 on this date, MTV aired its full 14-minute version of Michael Jackson's Thriller video for the first time. Regarded as the most influential pop music video of all time, the video was inducted into the National Film Registry of the Library of Congress in 2009, the first music video to ever receive this honor for being culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. Sorry. In 95, Mariah Carey went to number 1 on the U.S. singles charts with her debut with Boyz II Men, One Sweet Day. It made Carey the first artist in history to have 2 consecutive single debuts at number 1, with Fantasy being her first. In 2003, Alicia Keys released her second studio album, The Diary of Alicia Keys. It features the singles You Don't Know My Name and If I Got You, Diary, and Karma. I love You Don't Know My Name. What a great song that is. In 2016, Duran Duran said they were outraged and saddened at losing a high court fight to reclaim U.S. rights to some of their most famous songs. The group had argued that the U.S. copyright laws gave them the right to call for a reversion of the copyright for after 35 years. Girls on Film, Rio, and A View to Kill were among the disputed tracks. How about that? Let's see who else celebrating birthdays that maybe wasn't on the list. Country singer John Wesley Riles had a top 10 country hit in 1968 with his debut single, K. He was only 17 years old. He was born today in 1950. And that is it. All right. I talked TUA. 30 seconds, Sean, please give me so I can clear my throat again.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt and Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt and Rayom can help.
All right. Good stuff. Thank you. Appreciate it, Sean. By the way, we still don't know if James Daniels will ever come back, if Jason Sanders will ever come back, whatever with Andrew Meyer. Hayden Fiorucci, they signed him up with the Lions. So he gets to get on a winning squad and gets to go to the playoffs. Good for him. Dolphins will be outside looking in, and he'll be inside looking out. By the way, Styx and Chicago are touring also. July 13th, they'll be here in West Palm. July 15th in Tampa. Check out other dates all over the place. This Chicago version still sounds good. And then Styx also does. They put on a great show. You still have 2 of the 3 singers. And the guy that plays the Dennis DeYoung role, the keyboardist, he does a really good job, dude. Really good job overall. Keeping the Styx music alive. And they do an awesome job, and they put together a really good show. So if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It is still worth it. Both bands are well worth it. Anyway, I probably will take the wife to the West Palm Beach one back in July. The TUA thing. The headline says, TUA struggles make everything much easier. And, this is something that might help some of you out there. You have the people, let me start off with the simpletons, the people that are just hoping that the Dolphins lose because they want a draft position, which doesn't really make a difference. Whatever pick you have, high or low, you still got to pick the right player, but whatever. But if Tua is not playing well, that opens you up to losing more games. So you people will be happy. 2, if Tua is physically, mentally declining, whatever it is, lack of trust, whatever it is, not working with Nick Hicks, I don't know what the hell it is that's wrong with him. Okay? Because, when you think about it, when you think about him working with Nick Hicks, like you saw like a player that physically was looking like different, you don't see that now. And so whatever is wrong with the kid, whatever, this expedites his exit from here, because it's hard to sell next season when Tua is now becoming persona non grata, because people are now getting to the point like, you had your struggles, okay, whatever, but now it's just getting to a point where you look incompetent at times. You kept a terrible team last week in the game the entire time. If it wasn't for the quarterback, forget about it. You would have at least put these guys away. You know what I mean? And the guys behind him are going to be much worse. But the point is, this is good for the future because you need to move on. It's not your money. And by the way, here's the other thing that I want you to think of. The cap hits that you're going to take if you release them June 1st, 1 year and another, who cares? The team's going nowhere. So it's not like you've got a stacked team and the cap space is killing you because you can't put your team over the top or anything. You're a nothing team. You're not even a playoff team. You don't even have a quarterback. You don't have a head coach. You don't even know who the hell's going to run the front office. So this is good that he struggles. This is good that he may look broken, whatever it is. Why? Because those of you that don't want him around, well, now they'll get to move on from him because they can't sell next year for Mike McDaniel. They can't sell next year for Tua. No matter what anybody tells you or writes, if the owner does that, well, then, it's more proof why he's just so useless. But I'm sure all the people around them are going to say, we're going to have to make changes for sure with the head coach. But the quarterback, outside of the money, there's no reason to keep him. But outside of the money, there's also no reason to keep him either. You got to pay him anyways, right? So let him go and move on and get that out of the picture. So his struggles will make everything much easier for the front office and the ownership to say, well, he's not worth it. Plus, we can't sell it. Plus, he's not a starter. Let's move away from him. Because obviously the way he's playing, he's playing terrible. He's playing like a mediocre starter. And that's not who he is, but that's what he looks like. So I can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. So this is all good. Because, look, where are we going? Nobody knows. Probably nowhere. But they can't move on until you clean the slate. So you've got to get rid of people in the front office. You got to get rid of the coaches. You got to get rid of the quarterback, and you got to get rid of, money. You got to go through the pain of the cap and take all that out. Again, it's not going to stop you because you're just going to be drafting picks. The general manager that just left looks like he left a good draft class, actually. And he also left extra picks for the next couple of years. So that's what you're going to live on. You're going to live on your draft picks. You're going to be a young team, and who knows where you go. But Tua's struggles become a monster positive for everybody involved. For the people that hate Tua and want him gone, for the people that are now on the bandwagon that say, okay, we got to move on, or even the people that just want change. You can't continue to move on with everything that isn't working. And you didn't commit to Tua the initially the right way, and this is why you're in this position now. So it's time to move on. It is time. Now it's not worth making that investment. You know what I'm saying? It's just not worth it at all. Now it's time to move on. And so if Tua continues to play like this, what you don't want to see, for those of you that are dying to get rid of him, what you don't want to see is that all of a sudden he starts playing like he was playing 2 years ago and 3 years ago, where he's throwing darts all over the place and looking really good. Then that's when they'll say, oh, well, we're going to hang on to him. You need this to continue. Well, you saw this past week. You need this crap to continue, because this will make everything much easier on moving on. There will be no explaining, and the only person that's going to suffer is Stephen Ross, because he's the one that's got to pay the money. But guess what? He should be the one that suffers. He's the one that owns the team and does all the stupid moves. Is what it is. All right. Cash App or Venmo, folks. Anytime you're watching the show, anytime you're listening, you can always send in your questions, comments, all kinds of good stuff, and we always appreciate it immensely. We thank the great Sean Stanley. Tomorrow, we are in studio at 10 a.m., correct? 10 a.m. in studio. Tomorrow, we'll have Manny Navarro. He'll join us tomorrow, so we'll talk a little Canes. We'll have some fun with him. We'll get into that, and we'll get into everything else. The Panthers play tonight, so we'll talk a little bit about the Panthers tomorrow. Got to start previewing the MLS Cup also. Get a little into that. For Saturday, we'll have a post-game show on Saturday. The college football season's over for me. I know they're going to have the college football playoffs today, college football playoff show today. And by the way, Feronis pointed it out, so I got to steal it from him. In the video, when they play it, there is no highlights in it. So it kind of tells you that they're not going to pick the U inside the top 12. It is what it is. Don't lose to Louisville next time. What are you going to do, man? But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate all of you out there. And we thank, of course, Mr. Brunetti. Thank you, as always. Steve Calabro making it nice and easy. Everybody out here. Michael Golden out here also. Thank you all. And, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Sean Stanley, for mastering the entire platform. See you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.